We are live, people. We'll post that in there. Maybe
Sweet.
the first one stayed. Still on screen. That's weird. Okay. This got 2 warnings then.
Ah, well,
Welcome all.
yes,
Let
welcome.
me
And
post that in there
we
and
shall.
post it in copy the Emerald Ale House. So those guys know too. Ta-da!
Alrighty. Well, I should start the stream by saying that yes, this is an 18 plus stream because of reasons. Many reasons. uh, anyways, last session, Koth visited the Temple of Zedia briefly out of curiosity as Zay had skipped showing him when initially showing him around Velport. After Zay's date with Marlia, she caught up with Koth and took him for some sleuthing in order to break into the office Lord Solstice had used during his meeting. They both snuck onto the roof where Koth stood watch while Zay breached a window to get inside. Feeling cocky by how easy it was to get into the building, Zay failed to check for any traps armed on the door she was going to pick the lock of, which caused Zay to get zapped harshly and have the trap set off a thunderous sound which alerted the guards, who came rushing in. Avoiding a woman who came to investigate from the next room over, Zay scrambled out the window she came in and back onto the roof to grab Koth and sprint away as fast as they could, but not before getting shot at by a few arrows. To avoid pursuit, Zay unleashed a fire elemental to cause a distraction while she and Koth got away. Upon returning home, they found the house a bit more noble and clean in appearance, and Sim cleaning the house in a maid outfit. With everyone in the same place for once, Victor saw his chance to ask for help with more bodily acquisitions from Sim, Zay, and Koth. While the three waited in an abandoned house, Victor went to the Temple of Zedia and asked for someone to give his fake wife last rites. He returned to the abandoned house with a fatherly priest and 2 assistants. With a quick message from Victor and a stab to the neck of one of the assistants, Koth cast Hold Person as Zay quickly rushed in to stab and crystallize the other assistant while shrieking at the other one, killing him. Victor then took the father priest to his basement ritual circle and sacrificed him to the god king in order to bring his creation to life. After the events of the night, Dazarus appeared to Zay to ask if she had thought about what she wanted as a reward for freeing him. Neglecting to address what she wanted directly, Zay twisted words and phrases to keep Dazarus's interest in her piqued, while not giving in to any desires she may have had. Zay did, however, learn more about Dazarus and his people while giving us off some flirtatious words before he teleported away. In the morning, Koth and Zay visited Victor in order to meet his new friend. Standing immensely tall and imposing, the creation named Zatan was admired by Zay as a wonder of Victor's work. The party then split ways, with Victor heading off into the city, and Zay and Koth not yet knowing where they will end up today. And that is where we begin.
Very good, very good. Um, gosh. So, yeah, Sim, just as a reminder, uh, or just as a announcement, you do, when you do wake up in the morning, wake up in bed in your maid outfit with makeup on.
Sim just kind of mutters to himself, like, well, not the night I had planned, but it must have at least been interesting. He just kind of gets up and cleans himself off and puts his just. I I'll just go with regular thug for right now.
Regular thug for right now. Cool,
Yep.
cool.
Not Thug Plus.
Not thug plus,
No.
just regular thug.
Just
Just your
regular thug.
standard thug. Zay, what are you up to? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm walking out of Victor's with Koth. Um, Zay needs to actually go back to the house and uh get a more noblish appearance on her elf disguise. So that's where she is heading to the
All
house.
right.
Yes.
Uh, following where is Birdie Boy going?
He's gonna follow, yeah. He ain't got anything better planned to do, so.
Um, and uh, Victor, what are your plans? Now you've got your big boy.
Around how much time do we have before the Lions Guard show up?
You. Gosh, how many days has it been since you had been warned that they're probably.
It's it's only been a day.
It's just been one day? Okay. Couldn't remember if it had been one or two since you guys had been
Yeah.
warned.
This would be the start of day 2.
Okay. Um. Theoretically, you're looking at. Um. What I had initially said, I think a week. So like theoretically 6ish days. Um, if they that would be it depends on how they travel, sort of thing. If they're traveling by land, like they tend to, you'd give it like 6ish days.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna just pick up a book on their history and how they usually operate, restock, and continue assisting the poor unfortunate souls with their various medical maladies.
Alrighty. Um, Sim, what are your plans for the day in your.
Well, and how I think about it, I'm gonna change out of generic thug.
I feel like that's just
Um,
the usual morning process.
yeah, he's just like, oh, puts on his clothes, and he's like, wait. um, and I'm gonna put on Pythos. And then I'm going to wander my way over to the Solstice Clan mansion.
Alright.
The letter that I wrote, and it's gonna be all nice and like sealed up in an envelope.
All nice and sealed.
Yes.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah, you make your way there. You give a bit of a knock on the door. And, you, see, Marcus open the door. Um, He gives you a bit of a grin and a nod, and goes, "Good morning. You're here a little early, don't you think?"
Well, uh, just a mite bit, but I was hoping that you could deliver this message for me to Lord Solstice. And I'll kind of hold out the envelope.
An eyebrow raises, and he takes it, and kind of looks it over, and gives you a nod, and goes, "I can pass this on to him. He's Is this wait for him for an answer thing, or I give to him, and you're just going to shoo off?"
I do have other business I need to attend to this morning, so I think I'll be off. But if you could deliver that to him, I would be very grateful.
Yes, all right. Consider it delivered. Have a wonderful morning. He just shuts the door.
I will return to the house. Are Zay and Koth at the house?
I did say, yeah, they would be at the house. Also, as you, Sim, turn to walk away, and you're walking down the street, you do hear a window open and a shout of a familiar voice. And Amber is kind of peeking out her window and calls out, "Have a wonderful day!"
He'll call back. Zay, so you have a wonderful day as well. And he kind of like keep carrying on.
But yes, you get home and Zay and Koth are there. Zay is getting you set into a more nobly elf look.
Yeah. So there would be like jewelry, bands in her hair by this time. Uh she has dug through your clothes and found something.
Just dug through like the mountain.
Yep.
Well, you'd see the Pythos walk into the house. Oh, Zay.
Yes. Oh no, an intruder.
Does Koth know the Pythos form yet?
No, I don't think he does. How serious are you being in that delivery of "Oh no, an intruder"?
It's a joking tone.
I'm gonna roll a d20.
Roll an insight.
Roll it. Oh no. Do I have to roll deception? No, no.
No. I'm just gonna see if like he catches the joke or not. Fuck it, we're gonna pull random dice out and we'll hope for the best. It's
Oh,
a woo
roll
time.
It is
Oh,
all
these
time.
are splattered with blood. All right, it's 14. He got the joke. He's good.
Okay. No one's in danger.
He doesn't know who you are yet, but you do get a nod.
Ooh, that's 2.
Unknowingly.
Doesn't even know who you are, and you get a nod.
Zay's just insulted
Someone's
now.
jealous.
if things go according to plan, Lord Solstice should be here for dinner this evening.
Are you going to hire someone to cook it, or are you going to do the honor?
Oh, I was thinking about doing the honor, and he'll kind of pull out the bottle that Victor gave him. Yeah, I've got this. Or I've got the interesting ones.
The
I
interesting
haven't
ones?
quite decided. Oh, yes. Oh, who did I get those from? Is that Granny Barzand?
Yeah,
Granny
Yeah.
yeah.
Tarzan, yeah.
I got some. I got some interesting poisons and such from Granny Barzand.
Oh, well, sounds
Um,
like dinner's going to be really fun.
I haven't been able to decide which one I want to use.
Well, which ones are they?
Well, there's the knockout one from Victor. There's one that if they get a cut, they'll just keep bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, and then it just won't stop. Um, Another one is basically a heart attack. There's another one that's a petrification. And then there's the aggressive laxative.
Oh, that one sounds very fun.
I mean, the carpet.
You know, if you use that aggressive laxative, I can always coat something that they would have to touch, and it would just turn them to crystal.
Oh, that that would be a good idea. See, if I give it too much, if I give him too much, it could be catastrophic. So I think I would just only have to give them a little bit, give him a little bit, and well then he'd be forced to go sit on the crystal.
Yeah. Oh, I will be
So,
right back.
oh,
Uh-oh.
so Koth.
Koth has lost his shit as to what's going on. He hasn't been informed at all. He is almost entirely like staring at the wall, kind of checked out. So there is a visible like lurch of movement when you call his name as he snaps back to attention, turns to look at you.
It, could I ask that you be on backup this evening in case poisons and such don't work? You can mess with his head and make it so he doesn't leave or something.
We can cast old person again.
It would be fantastic. But that would be a just in case.
He's gonna nod. He understands his backup role.
Oh. Well, I guess with that, Sim would just be getting ready for his plan for the evening.
Plan for the evening. Getting all pretty fat. Oh no! One of the kiddos had an upset. Okie dokie. I guess you know what? We'll go to Victor and Victor, you want to know what you learned from your reading?
Yes.
So, you are, for one thing, you definitely are able to get a book on the Lion Guard. Like a history sort of thing. And you read through, um, it starts out very, um, almost in a very, very light-hearted, like definitely likes the group sort of feel vibe in its wording of it started out as a group of chosen few by the architects to protect a great item, as well as to travel the lands and make sure um, any evil that were to sprout up would be handled appropriately uh, throughout the lands, sort of thing. Um,
Hmm.
this group was to work outside um outside of everything else. Like if um a government, a royalty, if anything were to sprout up, it worked outside all of that. And because they basically worked on divine order. Um, they were for worked for and worked from the orders of the architects and the gods solely, and were to basically be like respected as such. It remarks how they are also like as one of their like covenant sort of things. They're not supposed to let it go to their heads. They are not supposed to be prideful or boastful or use that to gain anything more than above their basic needs from anyone, or to like demand money or land or how or anything like that um sort of thing.
Basically,
um
champions of the weak and great saviors who are with all that shit go make them go nuts. Power.
exactly. um and for many years they definitely lived as such. There are a couple tales that you read of them saving a town from a individual that went mad trying to uh, gain too much wisdoms of the gods, like trying to become smarter than the gods and crack into things that they shouldn't, and hurting a lot of people, sort of thing. So they stepped in and got rid of said person. Or any time a time where an area got overrun with too many dangerous creatures, and the town itself couldn't handle it. So a couple of them went in to help bolster the town itself, sort of thing, because they deemed it a worthy enough cause to help those in need, sort of thing. Um, and there was a span where they shifted towards helping rebuild cities and towns. It states after the Great War, since much was lost and destroyed, they shifted their efforts towards rebuilding, and for quite some time just traveled from area to area to help rebuild. So whatever area they happened to be in at the time is just what they protected, because there were so few of them, and it said there it wasn't known how many uh, individual, like, spread out groups there were across the different continents at that time, because there were no ways uh, to get a hold of them. The book notes something about the death um though after that there is a mention of a call to arms that um the final stand of the Titans and the world against Namathoth was called into action. Um, and huge battle was fought, and it succeeded. Um, the world itself safe, um, though some of them didn't believe so. They then feared other um other entities. It then mentions that at this point there was a split in, like, the begins of the rift and the Lion Guard, because um the their argument was the first race to visit us brought Namathoth our direction, and the initial group, no, the other things notate that Namathoth was heading towards Dremura no matter what. That was just the trail they were taking. So it wouldn't have changed things. Thus began the rift of, we need to keep everything that's not Dremura off the world. Um, and um, the others where, we should be inviting of people, but still stick to, if they do bad things, they should be handled appropriately, either locked in jail or sent back off the planet and banned from the planet, what have you. Should those days comes, we'll handle them as they come, not immediately condemn anything not of this world. Um, as years went on and more otherworldly species visited, even so much as more information about different gods from different worlds and realms popping up, made some of the Lion Guard more antsy, and actually be made that rift, that split. Um, and it notates two different symbols for the Lion Guard after the split. One keeping the original symbol. Where? Which I had somewhere. Um, it was basically a split off of Otrix's a little bit because they're protectors. I can't find where I saved it. But nonetheless, are two symbols very, very similar. One of basically they kept the original Lion Guard symbol. The other slightly changed it because we're still the Lion Guard and we should only be the only Lion Guard. But we'll take this new symbol to differentiate the true Lion Guard because we really want to protect Dremura from the fakes over here sort of vibes.
Gotcha.
From that split also came groups that would just be bought off by the highest bidder sort of thing. So it basically ends with it's very, very hard to find and tell a true Lion Guard anymore these days. They still exist. It's still possible to find them. But it is very, very hard to tell.
Well, to know, especially if they have different symbols, gives me something to look for. And yeah, gonna just help
Poor
as
unfortunate souls.
I'm just waiting. No need to stir any more pots than I already have right now.
Sit and watch and wait. You do get some of your usual clienty things coming around. The accidental work gash, the can't afford the hospital sort of deal, and he won't go to a regular hospital anyways. Sort of things throughout the day. However, roll a d20 for me, Victor.
Okay. Ah, here it is, wrong side. That's a 3.
That's a 3. Well, okay. You don't get a particular client then. You do, however, get a after you've helped quite a few people, um there hasn't really been a line at all other than like first thing in the morning. You had a few backed up. Um as per usual. That tends to happen around here. people will think, I don't need help, and I'll sleep it off, and then in the morning come to you, sort of thing, because they didn't actually sleep it off.
Mm-hmm.
But they come, say 1-ish in the afternoon. There's a heavy thud on the door, like heavy knocking, just 3 hard knocks.
Mm-hmm. I would like to see who it is through the eyes of Edgar before opening the door.
You see nothing through Edgar.
I do not like that. Okay. I would like to cautiously open the door with being ready to block or dodge something. Just in case.
You feel a strong and whip around the room. Still don't see anything, and you would know it hasn't been a windy day at all. And maybe that one. After the wind calms down, there um, no, that doesn't give me what I'm looking for. Oh, you know what will give me what I'm looking for? If I would freaking spell it right. Fuck. There we go. There is a skull left on the table. And you hear the words very, very commanding in your head of use this. That I sent you an image of the skull you were given.
What the fuck do I use that for?
You can feel a very, very heavy presence. A very, very gosh, words escape me. No, that's not where I wanted to type. Thank you. Dude. Give me... No, that's not the right feel either. Google, why do you not give me the word that I'm thinking of that I can't think of? To someone not of your work line, it would be very, very foreboding and ominous and very uneasy. As well as a bit of almost necrotic demonic juju going on that just kind of radiates off of the skull.
Like in the demonic juju.
But you get the pressing feeling that if you figure out the right way to use this gift, um, it will do great things for you. But your patron uh isn't going to give you the answers.
Right.
You can tell, you get the feeling that this is a gift for, they extremely like what you have done so far with your creation, and want you to continue your works, and to give you that pat on the back. They have plunked this into your lap, but they're not going to tell you how to use it, because why would
Figure out just how to use it and what it is. Creepy looking too. I like it. That's going to be going into the basement for our future study.
do do we have a Zay back yet?
Yes, I am back.
Aha, you are back. Um, now that you are back, what are, after you get all gussied up, where are you going? What are you doing? Are you taking Koth with you? Um, Sim, just so you know, since you had to turn off for things, Sim is just kind of cooking and prepping for the Varzand visit. Um, not Varzand,
Tarzan or
freaking
Solstice?
Solstice visit. Um, and so it's just kind of prepping around the house, sort of thing. So you do have a burb, at your disposal. Um, Victor has been learning things and helping bystanders and getting gifts from patrons. Patron, singular. Um,
Well, what I want to do doesn't necessarily involve Koth in a way that I can think of.
bum, bum, bum.
I'm sorry, buddy.
The betrayal.
The betrayal.
You know what? Cost gonna help at dinner somehow.
Koth's gonna help a bit. It turns out Koth is a great chef.
He's
He
peeling
actually took the
potatoes.
chef feat.
I mean, not quite, but I do have something that allows me to like roll extra shit if I want to. I will do that if
Beautiful.
you want me to.
um, Sim, you said you needed me for. Did you need me for dinner?
Well, your
A
help with the
present?
crystal would be good.
Well, yeah, I can do that, but I mean, if I'm going to be in the house, then I'll need to be either very well hidden or out in the open helping.
Well, it would be good to have you around in case things go south.
Maid outfit. Cough, cough.
Idea before. I mean, I could be your servant, girl. What would a noble be without a servant?
Oh, that would probably impress him, but I mean, that wouldn't really matter anyways.
Well, I have to go do some, we'll call it damage control. And, I mean, if you need Koth to stay here and help. If not, he could go research a little on the Lion Guard to see what we're going to be up against.
That would be a good idea. Because
Kind of look at
I
Koth.
don't really know.
What do you say? You're just you looking at Koth?
Yeah, I just kind of I look at Koth after my suggestion.
He's looking back. There were many suggestions. Which one would you like him to do? He can stay. He can read. It's up to y'all. Put the bird to use.
Burb is head empty, no thoughts.
Yeah, bird is
After a
too many thoughts.
Too many thoughts, head full.
After a couple seconds of just silence, I'm gonna go. Uh, it's either you stay here or you can go research Koth.
You prefer we do. He's look at both of yous.
Uh, I'm gonna leave that one up to Sim. Okay, bye. And Zay's gonna head out the door.
Lovely.
Well,
The bird looks at Sim.
I'm not
What?
sure I'm not sure it has anything to do with the Solstice clan or not, but that might be something you're able to find out. It could really help once I take over his position.
Zay runs back in. Do you have one of those little fans that like folds open and you can like flap it?
Sim like digs through the pile. He like dives into the pile for a second, comes back out in the fan.
I grab it. Thank you, and I head back out.
So I guess if you'd like to research the Lion Guard, that would be very helpful.
Research it is.
Ooh.
You get a nod, and then he's head to the door as well. He's off to go read books.
Read books and learn shit.
Fill that head with more information.
Well, the Temple of Knowledge would be the best place to go.
I think that's where he's gonna head.
He's gonna freak a few people out on the way.
Let's do it.
That's what happens.
It's gonna take him a while. He's got grandpa speed.
He's got grandpa speed. So while Koth is going grandpa speed, Zay, where are you speed demoning off to?
Not quite speed demoning, but I am heading to the heavy petting bar.
All right. So you head off to the heavy petting bar. It is morning, so it's not too busy or anything yet. You definitely catch a sweet pea. She's out of her pajamas. Definitely on her second cup of coffee. Still looks kind of tired, but that's the usual for this time of morning.
I I walk in, but I stop at the entrance and I'm just kind of staring around, fanning myself, just pretending like I'm checking out everything.
As you are looking around, um you do have a uh very, very large orc woman uh come up to you. Yeah, Sweet Pea's bouncing around. She's noticed you but hasn't like straight up come up to you to greet you. She kind of like looked around at like the girls that were out and expecting one of them to go up, and the guest star took the initiative because she's a morning person, and somehow she can stay up all night and somehow be ready to go in the morning still. Um,
Why is
and
Google not working? Oh God. Come on.
oh no, take Google break.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to open up something so that I got something ready.
Oh, good, beautiful. This large, very tall, very curvaceous orc woman, and um goes, well, what might I do for you today, little miss?
Oh, I, I was just hoping to find the owner of this establishment.
Well,
Would you
the
be the one?
no, I'm not the owner. She does happen to be doing her morning rounds and opening stuff at the moment. Do you have time to wait, or is there something I might be able to help you with, sweetie?
Of course, I don't mind waiting.
He goes, all right. Well, if you would like to, really pick any table you like, and would you morning or tea or we do have some biscuits all done up. Can get you some biscuits and some spread or biscuits and gravy.
Oh, just a tea for me, love.
All right. And she in a roundabout, stopping at Sweet Pea, doing a little bit of a whisper, and then darts off into the kitchen. Before coming back with a um hot teapot of water, a teacup, and a small little basket with the like different tea options. And then a little small little saucer thing that has a cute little stack of sugar cubes. And she goes, "There you go, darling. Sweet Pea will come over when she's ready."
Oh, thank you. She just starts putting just a cup of tea together and
And
waiting,
you,
looking
it's
around still.
yeah, it's a few moments. You see, really running around getting things ready and prepped, and talks to a couple of the girls, and you can tell, kind of giving them the rundown of today's shift, sort of thing. Before she finally comes over, and she goes, "Thank you for waiting. What could how can I help?"
Oh, I was just looking around. I had just gotten into the city and just looking around at all of the establishments here, seeing how they operate and run. I was surprised to hear about what happened last night.
She says, "What happened? Oh, you mean the docks?"
Yes, and that awful fire creature.
That is definitely an odd one. I've got my ear to the ground, if you catch my drift. Quite a few people that like to spill the tea. But haven't heard too much yet. It kind of happened during our quite busy hours, and I mean, clearly you see the rush hasn't come in yet. Um, so
Oh,
haven't
well,
haven't gotten the big scoop on it yet.
would you like to hear the big scoop on it?
If you're willing to tell.
Well, I heard that it was the Lion Guard's doing, testing the city's defenses.
I really.
Yes. You see, they don't have much presence here on Anara, and they're looking for somewhere to set up base.
Well, better ain't
And
be
Velport
here.
would. It better not. Imagine what it would do for your business.
Mhm. They like to try and bring a more godly view to things. Doesn't do well for business. If you catch my drift.
Oh, I do. And then Zay's gonna wink.
She goes, why would they? So reckless. That. I wouldn't doubt if it's. Well, no, that wouldn't quite make sense. What are they
What
up?
is
See,
it?
I. Well, do you get much news from other continents?
I do read about, I hear things, but not
Okay.
everything.
Well, there is one town that have you heard of the capital city Pruxfield from Tegan?
Has Zay heard of the capital city of Brooksfield?
I would say Zay would have at some point. Like that's sort of your like Zay would have at some point learned like the capital cities sort of thing, I would think, of like each continent.
When she was like really young.
Yeah. Like it would take her a second. Like I feel like it would be like a mull it over for a minute and then the light bulb goes off sort of deal.
Yeah, Zay just graciously nods yes.
She's well, turns out he swarmed, absolutely swarmed that city. And rumor has it that somehow they had gotten a god on their side because as soon as they swarmed, the skies storm out of nowhere, ripped open, and just downpour on the city. And as fast as they were there, they were also out of there. And no one knows what they were looking for, if they got what they were looking for, why they were even there in the first place. It's got a bunch of people up on end over there.
Zay um puts her hand up to her mouth like she's shocked. My, that sounds awful. That I wonder if they're planning to do the same thing here.
I would hope not.
Well, Zay stands up. I think I need to get my affairs in order if that ever happens. Perhaps tell more people about the Lion Guard showing up, perhaps?
I will definitely be passing the word on and getting trying to get more intel on the subject.
Well, if you hear more, I'll be back in. Just kind of looks around, sips the rest of her tea, and then she'll drop 10 gold to Sweet Pea for your girls.
She gives a smile as well. How generous.
And then they will head out.
Alrighty. You going back to the house? Where are you going to next now that you've sown seeds of deceit?
Yes. um, I think I'd actually go to Ivy's.
Ah, yes. Okay. So yeah, you head over onto Ivy's, but before we get there, uh the absolute speed demon that is Koth. Uh
A fucking blur of a bird. He's going so fast.
so fast. Um no, as as Koth goes grandpa speeds. He eventually makes it to the Temple of Knowledge. And once there, he is greeted by a gentleman in a um what do I call the type of suit? That's like old timey. You see it on scholarly people like from Oxford or Stanford sort of look. Um that's like the look and the vibe that the gentleman puts off. Um as you are greeted with good day, sir. How could I help you this fine morning with your acquisition into the depths of knowledge?
Are in search of information.
Well, good sir. Sirs? You. He kind of looks around you and goes, ah, the royal we. And goes, well, you have come to the right place for knowledge. But do elaborate on what you are looking for, and I can point you in the right direction to the proper scholars or books to read. And depending on what you want, there might be scrolls that need to be brought out, or, well, a myriad of things. It depends on the knowledge that you want to delve into.
We seek information on the Lion God.
Ah, yes, that's the divine group. Well, the ancient was divine. Uh, there's knowledge of such splits and backhandedness. But nonetheless, you would do best off. You could either, I could take you to the library, show you the right sections. We do have a Professor Sundew. He, though quite old and sometimes forgetful, you'll have to, forgive him for sometimes, trailing off on occasion. Though, when he is all there and giving you information, it is quite good. He was once part of the Lion Guard.
Hmm.
We would prefer to start with first-hand sources, if at all possible.
Ah, yes, good chap. I shall take you to him immediately. I have also immediately forgotten what the fuck I named him.
10 out of 10. Same here. Let's go.
I should
Head
have written
empty.
it
Let's
down.
go.
Should have written it down when I said it. I did not. Um. Do do do.
It's okay. Nobody saw anything.
Nobody saw
Rename.
anything. Yeah, new name. No,
So
these
anyway,
are all
about Professor
young.
Brindlebottom.
Yeah, I'm trying to. These are all beefy young lions. I need old men.
No, they're too hot.
They're all like Pathfinder beefy dudes. I don't want a Johnny Goldmane. I want old man looking crotchety with tea. That is also lion.
Cat.
You need a lion schmerz.
But you, Koth, are walked down a hallway. Into almost like a cafeteria-esque area, but like fancy. And walked to a table. And he goes, "Ah, yes. Ah, there you are, Professor." And this, in his old age, is kind of that like old person wobbly that they just kind of have. Sometimes they just wobble. Um, he's got that wobble to him, and he's got his cup of tea and biscuits, and he kind of squints up at you, Koth, and he goes, I was not expecting visitors. Was I? Was I? Maybe I was. Have some tea. And he just pats the seat next to him while looking
He's
at
gonna
you,
sit
Koth.
down. No hesitation. Sitting down.
Sitting down next to Grandpa.
Sitting
Grandpa
down next to
Lion.
Grandpa. Hell yeah.
Well, this one, it's not It's not the right main color, but he is that sort of like fucked up though. One of his eyes, kind of whited out, cataract, there's a scar over it, sort of thing. Definitely has scars. Has like old man kind of like suit, but it's made out of like sweatpant material, sort of thing. So it's nice and comfy. And he kind of stares and slurps some of his tea while staring at you. Um,
Koth is absolutely.
and he goes, "What do I call you?"
We are known by the name of Koth.
Koth. Koth. All right then. What is the matter of your visit? Was this scheduled? Did I forget something was in my schedule book?
Is the dude that led Koth here still there?
Yes. And the other gentleman just shakes his head no. He goes, you did not forget anything. This was a surprise visit. They want to know a bit more about the Lion Guard, Professor, and wanted some first-hand knowledge on it. And he got nods, and with a bit of a more exaggerated, it makes his bobbling kind of be set off a little more. The wobbles get stronger after he nods before calming back down. As I say that, I'm mimicking wobbling, and you guys can't fucking see it. Uh, mimic the wobbles. Um, and he goes, yes. Well then, I shall regale tales as you wish me to regale tales. But you, and he looks at the gentleman that brought you over, you can shove off. And the other gentleman was like, always with the shove off. All right. But before he leaves, he looks at you, Koth, and goes, if you need anything else, I will be in the room that I initially greeted you from. Otherwise, good day. And he hustles off. And the old professor and the ex-lion guard looks at you with his one good eye and goes, so what stories are you looking for, lad?
We seek knowledge on the allies that you may have held as the
Allies I once held. Well, as most know, the Lion Guard split into two factions. One did what they fucking well pleased. The other held true to what the gods wanted. I happen to be on the side of keep to what the gods initially wanted you to do and started you to do, not come up with your own damn rules. Yes, so I've definitely fought with some of my own. Some that I thought were friends back in the day. Turns out they were fools. Yes, but, are you wanting the sort of story tales of how I've gone off and fought in a banshee before, or, saved an area from these giant lizards that have gotten out of control, that came out of... They had a bit of a boom year once, and came out of the ironwoods instead of sticking to their trees. And the other branch didn't want anything to do with it. Though, um, you, well, you do... And he kind of thinks for a moment and goes, it was hard for a while. So many people split in two different directions. So a lot of us got more hurt than we should have, because some of us didn't give a crap about what we should be doing. And others did give a crap about what we should be doing and still went to those jobs despite how dangerous, and got our asses handed to us for many years. I included in that list. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do, and I lost many friends from the split and from fighting creatures and each other, for that matter. And he kind of zones off in a bit of a clearly reliving something glaze over. Um, before kind of snapping to again, and goes, what was I saying? What were we talking about? What did you need to know?
We were discussing the infighting between factions.
Ah, yes. The ones that didn't want to do what the gods and the architects had originally created the group for, fought with the rest of us. First verbally, and then at points in certain areas physically as well. Deciding if we wouldn't side with them, they would destroy us too. Refusing to take jobs that they should, and trying to dwindle our numbers by making it so those that were in the area that might be able to handle things, trying to make them weaker and sabotage them so we would lose more numbers out on those jobs. They haven't succeeded fully yet, but the good ones are becoming far and few between, Sonny, so watch yourself when investigating them and digging about them and asking about them. And well, if you ask in the wrong places, This isn't one of the wrong places, I don't believe, anyways. Maybe I should start watching my back again. So you're asking questions. Why are you asking questions? Are they coming? Is this a... I need to start watching my back again, don't I?
We are simply a scholar of sorts.
Ah, yes. Scholar type. Alright, alright. Yes, but, again, there are less good, more bad, unfortunately. Horrible to have to say. I hate that the name of the Lion Guard is Sword. But, one thing to remember, most people mistake this. It was called the Lion Guard originally because the Leonin were created by the gods. We were originally a race created to do this one job, and were given a home, a sanctuary, a people of our own, and a job to do by the architects, the and the gods. Um, and we wouldn't be here if it weren't for that one sole job. Now, over time, Leonin have spread off, done different jobs, but and the Lion Guard took in races that clearly weren't Leonin. Now the Lion Guard is just a title to hold, not necessarily to have to do with just the race anymore. But you'd think more of them would remember their background and their history and hold it in more like a higher revere. But I think too many have forgotten and have fallen from the calling and not listened to it instead of as well. Uh, Dark times, I suppose.
Are you saying there's a divine need in Leonin?
Uh, uh, um, it's a little bit of a divine pull, if you will. When we come of age, there is a pull to take the trek to the original home of the Lion Guard. And it's ignored by so many now. I don't even know if some of the younger chaps even get it if it's strong enough anymore. I mean, my generation, I got the tug, but it was more confusing to follow and listen to than I was initially led on to believe it would be, and I suppose it's getting more diluted and convoluted as years go on, honestly, chap.
He's gonna nod along thoughtfully.
Because I wonder if we're... The reason to that is that we're just not needed anymore. Or because so many have forsaken the proper meaning and the proper ways of the Lion Guard itself, that the call has been even abandoned by the gods.
consider themselves among your ranks.
They have before. I don't see why they would stop.
You're gonna get another nod from Koth, and then like a slight tilt of the head.
It seems your cause lives on.
Astute reasoning.
He can't smile, but he would offer one if he could.
Because now, yeah, it gives you a look over his bird chap.
Nod.
He goes, is there any other things you need cleared up?
That is all we wish to ask for today. Would you be open to return visits if we have more questions?
Oh, please do. My door's always open. I am most active first thing in the mornings, and usually just after lunch. If you would love to join me for a lunch sometime, that would be great as well. Otherwise, after lunch, because I'm more eating than talking during lunch, that would be fine. But I usually breakfast, then chat or some chess or some sort of mind games or walkabout, and then a nap, and then lunch, and then more talking or chess or some form of mental games again, as the general routine.
I would just say like your usual old people shit, and I was like, minus chess, that's just my day. I felt bad. Koth's gonna give him another nod and stand up and give him a little like kind of half bow and just be like,
We thank you for your time.
He gives a nod and goes, I always love informing younger generations.
and with that, I think Koth is gonna wander out back into the streets.
Back into the streets, doing a wander,
This is a grandpa shuffle.
doing his grandpa shuffle. You know, him and the Leonin professor probably walk at the same speed.
He's gonna come visit again. He's gonna do a friend, Grandpa Fred.
Grandpa friend. Zay,
Yep,
you were going to Ivy's.
I was. I am.
You make your way there. The door is propped open. There is a lovely floral scent that just like slams your nose right when you get to the door. As you see, all set up in the front of the store is fuchsias that are all in bloom, many different colors, and you have like sell labels, like um, they're like price tags on them and whatnot. But if you know fuchsia, you know those things have a very strong but very 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 pretty smell.
Mm. Does the shop look scorched at all?
No, no. Ivy's it looks fine.
Okay. I step in, looking around. Um, same shtick as at the heavy petting bar.
Some shtick. So yeah, you get greeted by Ivy, and she
Before she says anything, I'm probably just going to say, "Well, thank goodness this place wasn't touched after last night."
there's very like quick nods, and she goes, "I am so glad I wasn't in that area. Have you seen the front of the apartment complexes?"
I haven't. I haven't
She
made my way down there yet. I was making sure that all of the businesses were okay.
she was half of the building completely gone. Um, there is the roads. It honestly, it almost got um animal crackers and the cake is a pie. The roads there are scorched. The front of the buildings have a couple markings, but they were able to get. I don't even know. They're saying it was a fire elemental? I don't know why one would be out here.
I
But
heard it was the lion guard who set it off.
the they're in town?
They're either in town or they're on their way, testing the city's defenses.
Why would they be doing that's not good. Oh, that
Probably
must
to
mean
expand their.
why here though? They've never been interested
Well,
in
think,
here before.
well, think about it. A main shipping city such as Velport.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
You
they
take
already
control of the
have
breadbasket and you.
huge hold on the maw. Why would they want
Well, you take control of a breadbasket such as an era, and well, you can bring anybody to their knees.
don't don't like this one bit. I for the town's sake, I hope you're wrong.
I hope the lion guard don't show up.
I
But it was lovely meeting you, and thank goodness your shop is okay.
oh, was there anything you needed?
Oh no, just I will definitely have to walk by the docks
Oh, damn!
or the
Oh,
apartments.
um, it's there's a pretty harsh
Is it?
smell down there still.
I'll be sure to plug my nose.
It's very very burnt and nasty. If you, she looks you over and goes, I don't actually recognize you. You must be new in town or staying somewhere, visiting maybe. Um,
Yes.
if you happen to know anyone that has spare rooms or spare areas, I know there are multiple people that are out their homes because of this. and the town's kind of. I heard the some of the housing development that's not bought up yet. I heard they're going to be temporarily opening a bunch of those up for families to like a couple families per home until the apartment complexes get rebuilt.
Ah, wow. That is very nice to the city. I will keep an ear to the ground to see if anyone I know can offer assistance.
But yeah, there's so many people that have lost everything. So really, clothes, food, any sort of donations. There's even some kids that just they don't have anything now.
Well, what an awful shame. Let me go see about that right away. And then they will turn and leave.
All right, where's they
She's
heading
actually
off
heading
to next?
to the clothing store.
um, to needlecraft.
Yeah.
You enter there, and Odina is running about at breakneck old woman speeds. Like a chicken with her head cut off. There on the counter there are a couple bags, um, full of things, and she is just wildly going through, um, rack after rack, flipping through things very quickly. Doesn't even realize you've entered. Like, doesn't register that the doors like bell went off, and you just hear like new, 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 new. Old pulls it off and hucks it towards the checkout table. Nope, nope, nope. Been on sale forever. Never going to sell. Hucks it towards the bag. Um, that's new product, that's new product. Just like going through and sorting anything that's been on the shelves for quite some time, pulling that off and just hucking it towards the bags that she's got on the counters. And then when she stops looking at the rack and begins to night night goober, sleep well. Um as she goes to um I got sidetracked by my child. Oh, as she goes to like actually tidy up where she was hucking clothes, to make the bags look neater again, she finally spots you as, oh, I didn't hear you come in. Ah, my apologies, madam.
Quite all right. It seems you are very busy in here.
Well, there are people in need, and it does look good to be charitable sometimes.
Oh, of course. Um, are you're doing it charitably, so you won't be getting any money for this.
I will not, unfortunately, but it's fine. They've lost everything, so it won't too terribly hurt our pockets. We'll do fine. We've got enough under our belts that it won't. We won't lose the front or anything by taking all of this stock out.
Well, I was just in here looking for wrappings, something to cover my head and nose. That awful smell down by the apartments.
Oh, well, we do have some lovely headscarves. She kind of pulls you
Yes,
over towards a rack and kind of starts pulling out a few, holding them up to your outfit. and then pulls a couple off that match fairly nicely, and goes, either of these fit your liking. They would match your outfit.
Zay will, yeah, she'll nod at a couple and then, do you have any in black as well?
Oh, she kind of scans the rack, digs about it for a moment, and then pulls one out. And she just turns out, yes.
Okay. Well, I will certainly take these. And, how much would all the clothes that you're donating be?
Well, I haven't really calculated it all yet. From what I've pulled off, and it being, she kind of goes over there and starts kind of mulling through it a little bit, and goes, I would estimate I'm probably going to be down, because I'm going to get killed by my spouse for this, but we're probably going to be down about 50 gold because of this. But again, I've crunched the number and looked at the books, and we'll be fine.
Oh, no, that won't do. And Zay will put down 50 gold.
She just jaw drops. It's just not.
No,
Really?
I won't hear any discussion about it. And Zay will put down an extra gold for the head wrappings and grab them, and then start walking out. Toodles.
Well, good day. Good day. She just kind of just watches flabbergasted. You're. There are a few moments where you're gone and she's still just standing in the same spot, just kind of jaw slack, not like still computing. Before she comes to, the computer reboots, and she puts the coins away and finishes what going through racks, sort of thing. But where are you off to next? Is they off to the docks?
Back to the house.
Ah, back to the house. You. Let's say you get back to the house.
On my way there, how many houses does it look like have been filled?
You see.
And are they getting close to the back houses? Where we are.
I'm gonna make some rolls. That is not my dice. That is my pill container. The dice shelf and the pill container are both very similar. Do not swallow dice as pills. Not recommended. Where are my D%?
There's been a warning from the Surgeon General.
Oof. That is a big percentage that are needing to be rehomed from that fire and that apartment complex. So, you notice that, there's, I'd say there's like about 3 streets worth of homes before the street that your home is on. Each has, we'll say like 4 homes on like each side of the street. not including like the corner homes. Um, and the first two streets, you see are like all have movement on them. And it looks like it may wrap around soon, possibly to the third, depending on maybe if people have family they can move in with, or friends that they can stay with, or if they have to open up more houses. But as of at the moment, the first two streets are packed. Like they have you could tell like there are people of authority from like the bank, the ones that like hold keys and like the deeds to the homes until they're sold, are there, and they've got like clipboards and things, and they're talking to people and getting their like what apartment they were in, how many family members, if they lost anyone in the fire, and then like figuring out, okay, this home only has this many people in it so far, and like they're trying to get so many to a home, and there's still a handful like on the streets, as the authorities figure things out and put people in the homes, and it is a sight to behold.
Are they are they holding the deeds to the houses?
They're not holding the deeds to the houses, no. You just know that the
Oh,
bank itself is the holder of the deeds until the homes are actually bought. Like that would just be common knowledge, sort of thing.
oh, okay.
Um, so this is by the looks of it, you can tell this is temporary housing, because normally you wouldn't necessarily want the amount of people that it looks like they're putting to a home sort of thing, but it's more so we're having you use living room and dining room as bedrooms right now, sort of feel. Like, okay, two kids to a room, two adults to a room. Dining rooms, living rooms are also going to be bedrooms. How many people can we cram into this house? Sort of thing.
Right.
And right now, yeah, you see on the first two streets, um, yeah, people of authority from the banks, as well as um, definitely people, kind of like police slash firefighters sort of feel status, um, going around and about. Some medics going around and checking on people, um, sort of thing. But it hasn't made its way to the third street yet, and you guys would be on the fourth.
I will continue heading to the house.
You make it home, and there is a sim cooking away. Where was Koth heading on his walk?
He was going home.
Okay, so Koth, you definitely would have made it there. You would have also seen this spectacle. That
Too
was
many people.
the other roads. Too many people. You probably definitely made a kid cry. Um,
Hell yeah.
just little kid sees you and like freaks the fuck out. And runs crying back to mommy, sort of feel. But yeah, so Koth, Sim, Zay, y'all are in the same home.
We might have a problem.
Is Sim alive? Did Sim die?
Sam,
Sim!
We
Are you
have
dead?
problems.
I'll try to resuscitate him. Sam! Oh no! He took the laxative instead.
Sim. Did you die, Sim? Wait, what happened? Sim! Sim died.
Well,
Dude.
I can
Well,
instead go to Victor.
yeah, you could, you go knock on Victor's door.
It is a very urgent knock. Don't.
Creaks open.
Victor? It's Zay.
How may I help you?
We might have a problem with our acquired houses.
Oh,
There's there's been some relocating of people from a burned down apartment complex, and they're relocating them to the unsold houses. And they're almost to our street.
do we need to take drastic measures to keep the property values down and keep people out? It would
Um,
take a little bit of planning, but would be doable.
it, I don't know how far they're going to get. Um, they, you, Kroven, did you say that they filled up 2 houses on the 3rd Street or not yet?
No, they're not, at the 3rd Street yet.
Okay. Um, the street before us is yet to be filled. Um, maybe I should go ask one of them how many houses they're going to fill. Yeah, I think I'll go do that. Maybe just start preparing. I'll be back.
Noted.
And if you see Sim, let him know.
Will do.
Operation What Happened to Sim is a go. Do you have special ways of getting hold of this of Sim, don't you? um yes, so Zay, you uh go out and around. You just kind of pick a random official and go up to them, sort of thing.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Probably
Yeah.
someone who has a clipboard.
Ah, yes. Um, Even more official when they've got the clipboard.
Yes.
So yes, you go up to one of them, um, one of the ones with the clipboard, and they gotta give you a look up and down, and the brow furrows, and goes, apologies, but you don't fit the looks of someone that would have been in the apartment complex, my lady. How can I help
Oh, oh, no, no. I was just wondering how many people have to be relocated.
Because, well, the apartment complex happened to fit, 100 homes into that one building, and 87 of them, are completely unusable as of the attack from the fire elemental that the officials are looking into as how that got released. Um, but we are now having to relocate 87 families. Um, and seeing as these properties were trying to well, we're trying to keep as many unused as possible. Um, Due to value reasonings. Um, and hoping that this situation is temporary. Um, we're well, we're hoping not to have to dip into. He points to uh, one street over, the third street. We don't want to dip into that street. We are looking into, and representatives will go out actually to see if there will be any noble families that wouldn't actually mind sponsoring a rent to buy situation with some of the houses on the third street. So if you happen to be a visiting a noble family by any chance, um, please do let them know and maybe see if they're interested in that, helping with that program. See if we can get any of these families able to purchase a home themselves versus having to sardine pack them in the meantime before they can get back into an apartment.
Oh, I see. I will definitely reach out to who I know. W- why wouldn't you want to go to the third street? And would you go beyond that?
Well,
If you don't mind me asking.
the further the out the houses go, technically the newer built they are. So you want to house and put people in the older homes first, and preferably you'd want to sell the older homes first. But right now we're using the closer to the city homes, the older homes, um, to house, and then trying to use the middle range
Ah,
as
I see.
that the new program, since we don't really have any other options of housing these folks, unfortunately. Otherwise, we would. There are even a few families that have taken to moving to some of the temples. The temples have opened up rooms. Um, is why we probably won't have to dip into that other street there. Other than if we happen to get that rent to buy situation uh, to take off. Quick thinking on well, I don't see her. One of our newest residents actually came up with the idea. Grand idea. Don't know why we didn't think of it sooner. Internet purge? Oh, are you still there, Zay? Does that mean you're not there? You died. Yep. Well. Yep, and there they go. They're gone. Well, Bird, it's just you and Victor now. You two are the last ones standing. Fight!
All right, I'd like to cast at the highest level.
No problem. I am not standing. I'm getting mobbed by puppy cuddles.
Aww. Pupper cuddles. Why does this technology keep yeeting the internet? That is not how you spell solstice. There we go. Well, Victor, what are you and Koth doing?
I'm seeing if I can't find more information on that spooky skull.
Well, Spoopy Skull. How you want to try and find information on Spooky Skull?
Probably monster manual or book of demons or something.
Buku Demons. You know the town well enough where to go for the right books and where to head to and whatnot. Probably definitely have a few books of your own at this point. On certain topics. Roll. Make a history check for me.
Story. History. Here we go. That's a 19.
A 19. Okay, so with that, you. Where is my actual book? There it is. You... I almost dropped a D&D book on my cat. I almost lost grip of the monster manual directly over the kitty cat. That would not have been good. She would have been very pissed at me. You...
Yes, I got your feet. I got your feet. I was gonna bite my hand out.
There's a good pupper doggo. He's gonna give you a heckin' chomp. You get the gist that you probably have the skull of some form of horned devil or maybe pit fiend, but without some like hefty delving that may or may not turn some eyes in order to get the right books that you oh gosh, I've gotten sidetracked by a text from the hubby that I'm not sure what it means. What the fuck, Loco Moco? Oh, I no. I just I thought train tracks.
I'm back.
Like, why train tracks or spam and rice? Like, what? Hey, we have a Zay! Their internet is back. Oh yes, so Victor. Yes, you kind of narrow it down between some form of horned devil or possibly pit fiend. But again, you don't know in this town at least an area to properly dig any deeper on that sort of information without turning heads or getting um b- bad forms of attention.
Yeah, that would create questions that I don't want asked.
Yeah.
At least not here.
It's basically there's generic books of like
I wish
demons
for basic
and
demonology.
angels and things of other realms and different lands, sort of that kind of almost
I
make
just
it
wanted a place to start.
fantastical in a way, sort of thing. But yeah, to get anything better or more uh, scientific or more factual would really turn heads.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, Zay, are you back? You're back.
Yes, and I am hardwired into my router now. Because, God forbid, my Wi Fi connection actually works.
Hardwire is always good. I am sorry your laptop keeps on deciding to not internet properly.
It does not want to. Anyway.
Um.
Wait. Oh, okay.
So
I got scared.
No. All of a sudden, the internet just completely dies.
I was like, wait.
You were going to make your way back to Victor's before your internet died, if I recall correctly. After getting information, or where did it die? Like, I don't know what information you landed on. Actually,
I heard that they were trying to avoid filling the 3rd and 4th streets.
yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, they're trying to avoid that because they want to use the 3rd street. They want to you basically they want to use whatever they don't fill of the 2nd street. Because they're hoping they don't fill the complete 2nd street for the program. And if they need to use any of uh, yeah, it's basically just use the first 2 streets. Work on the 3rd for the program, and hope we don't have to dip into anything else. Sort of vibes.
Right. Yeah. Then I'd head back to Victor to relay him that information.
Alrighty, so you get back, and Victor, as well as Koth, since you're around and about, get that information as well. You come back, and Victor happens to have a book on, like, otherworldly demons and whatnot. The 9 hells and more. Sort of vibes.
Wait, what am I walking into?
Victor reading a book.
Oh, okay.
Something along the lines of, like, the 9 hells and more. The quick guide to demons and devils.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, I don't think we have to be immediately concerned. They're trying to avoid filling the 3rd and 4th streets.
It's good to know.
I was going to help Sim with something, but I mysteriously cannot find him. So,
Cannot
seems
help you
that
there, I have not seen him.
there's not some otherworldly way that you can contact him to see if you can bring him back to the mortal coil. And then I guess they will degussify over back at the house, not in Victor's house. That would be weird. And then go see the Varzans, I guess.
You can, yeah, you you were to degussify. That is fun terminology. Um, Demons and Devils for Dummies. 10 out of 10. Yeah, you make your way over to the Varzans. You as you make your way over there, you see that there is someone in a suit, at the door, trying to, um, convince their way into the home. Uh, Spouting, if I could only take up a moment of your time. Um,
Is there like, are there any trees in the front that I can just lean up against and wait for this poor sucker to get denied?
yeah, there's definitely a tree in the front yard. Um, it's quite the usual of Rollis at the front door, just staring at this poor chap. Um, and he does spot you and give you a wave while looking at this guy. And he goes, "The person who you want to take up a moment of time for ain't here. He's on a business meeting right now. So you can arrange a meeting or just shove off." The but isn't there the lady of the house or someone else I could give all the information to? And he just shakes his head and goes, "Meeting scheduled, and we'll see you at that time, or scram, or both. Schedule the meeting and then scram, or just scram." And the scrawny dude, he looks like a freaking twig in a suit. Just kind of exhales defeated, and he goes, "Okay, I will have the bank make a meeting. Good day." And he shuffles off to the next house, looking a little more glum. And Rollis gives you a wave. And like a, come on in sort of gesture.
Yeah, Zay will walk in.
And he goes, "They just don't understand. They need to set up a meeting. If they want to do that sort of thing, they've got to set up a meeting. Ain't nobody else gonna listen to them. And Father's definitely not going to listen to secondhand information." Um,
Who's your dad in a meeting with?
um, he's he kind of chuckles and goes, "Oh yeah, you kind of know things. I forget that. He's in a bit of a Hexus meeting."
Oh. How long does that normally take?
Sometimes it's pretty short, sometimes it's a bit longer. It's kind of hard to tell. He tends to go into the room that the whole thing happens in, and he'll meditate and chat for a bit and debate plans with our patron, and kind of go from there. So it depends on how much news there is to pass over. He kind of gives a shrug.
I'm guessing he's giving him the news of the apartment complex that got burned down.
Hey, that's definitely something that was added to it. He was already planning on doing like some form of a recap update. This is how the family's doing. Here's our plans for the next quarter, sort of thing. Very businessy, actually, when you think about it. How he handles our patron. Um, but you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Hey, Rollis, I have to ask you, when you, and then Zay like brings the finger like across the neck and goes like "Ugh," to someone, and you turn them into a crystal. What do you do with them?
Typically eat them.
That you just eat them like a
Yeah,
whole person.
great form of nutrition for us. Why worry about regular food, especially if you're like out on a job and you're gonna be out? Why take regular food when you can just take crystals?
Zay like opens her mouth to say something and then she just shuts it. You don't like. How long does it take to eat a whole person?
Depends on the person. Depends on if the others are helping or not. Um, Usually he kind of starts kind of like gesturing in the air, trying to think about partitioning up like a body into pieces. Um, and and maybe like a couple weeks. Oh no, wait. He goes, no. Maybe like um, it's counting meals, not days. Um, like 4 days if you're having crystals for like every meal.
Oh, um, okay. Uh, Zay's gonna pull out the head of the tiefling.
He's like, oh,
uh, yeah, I got my first. What? Well, I mean, I guess technically second, but first real one.
he kind of nods and goes, well, congrats. Welcome to the
Um,
family business. Um, may or may not get easier depending on who you are. And looks like you've brought breakfast.
uh, I guess if the family wants to share in it.
Because, I mean, it's yours. Like you did the deed. That's yours. So like, do what you want with it. But yeah, if you want it to be munched on here, you can just put it on the counter, and within the next hour or two, it'll be gone.
Are we technically cannibals?
Uh, Cannibals without the negative side effects, drawbacks, if you will. You can get some pretty nasty like diseases and things if you actually eat your own kind. That can make you batshit insane. But in this case, that doesn't happen. You actually kind of get boosted, revitalized, really puts a bit more pep in your step. Um, when you do keep crystal in your diet. Um,
Get boosted.
yeah, sometimes you just uh, because it's sometimes we've noticed if we make sure to pack in some extra munchies, if you will. Um, that on a job where we get cut up quite a bit more, we might heal a little faster. Sometimes we're able to deal bigger blows than we really think we should be able to. Um, Dad swears it's not Hexus himself just fucking with us and randomly boosting us. That's not the way Hexus does things. Um, he says it's one part you growing up and coming into your own abilities, one part having a proper crystal diet for what we are now. He kind of gives a shrug because we're different. We're more because of what we went through. We're more of what Hexus is than we are what we were originally. And those things, those people, um, I mean, that whole planet is crystal. So it only makes sense as if we eat the right diet, eat the better diet, if you will. Then we're healthier, so to speak.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Zay tears off one of the horns, and she'll start munching on it because she actually hasn't eaten breakfast.
He got a grin. He goes, but on a different topic, she's upstairs. I don't think she's woken up yet. Because I haven't heard any noise. Um, so if you happen to want to go in there and scare the crap out of her to wake her up, be my guest.
You sound like you want me to go up there and scare her.
It's a brother's prerogative.
Zay'll shrug and head up the stairs. And
So
uh, quietly enter the room and sit in the chair that's in there.
yeah, when you get up the stairs, you see Empoleon. Empoleon. That's freaking
Impione.
Impione. Impione, not the Pokemon.
Wow.
You see Impione sitting in like a window seat in the oh crap, what are those areas called? loft. That's what they're called. Just up the stairs, the loft area. Reading a book, and she quietly does a little wave.
I'll quietly wave back.
But yeah, when you get into the bedroom, there is a very asleep Marlia. Hair is absolutely everywhere. Turns out if it has not been tamed, she's one of those where it just puffs into a big hole everywhere. Um, and like one arm kind of across the other like out wide, one leg sticking out of the comforter, soft snores.
I'll just send a message in Peony's head. She's a late sleeper then, huh?
Is message is respondable, right? That's the one without the limit.
It this is my telepathic ability.
Oh, is that one respondable or no?
No.
Okay. You you just hear a chuckle. You hear a laugh that through the wall just is like a muffled chuckle.
I'll step over to the side of the bed and give her a kiss on the forehead.
You can do that, and there is a slight with the arm that's like kind of like half over her face, like against her face, kind of does a half-ass swatty motion, and uh, there's a shift and a yawn, and she opens her eyes and like looks directly at you, but doesn't see you yet. Like doesn't process that she's seeing you, and she blinks a few times and yawns again, and then it clicks, and there is a soft squeak, and the covers are like completely pulled up to like her chin. And she goes, "Hey, hi,
Morning, sleepyhead.
morning." Um, her eyes like dart around wildly, and like she just like blows some hair out of her face, and then goes, "Oh God, it's a mess."
Zay looks around. How messy is it?
The it's really not like there's some clothes like at the base of the dresser. On her desk, there's like some art stuff still out. Her art book flipped open. Um, but it's to most people's standards, it's actually fairly clean.
Mm. Zay just looks around. Well, I've seen worse. You should see how messy Sim's room gets.
She gotta. I could only imagine, probably like one of my brothers. Good. You already said good morning. Good morning. Um, what brings you to the house this morning?
Just a lot happening last night that I regret.
Her brow kind of furrows, and it's just what happened.
Um, there was a bit of an incident down at the dock area by the apartments, and a big fire ripped through the apartments, and it displaced a whole bunch of people, and now they're being set into the unsold houses. They just talking really fast, and then she gets quiet quick.
She kind of like her mouth opens and closes a few times while like you're talking, and she goes, "And why do you regret something? Did you start the fire?"
Technically, no.
I mean, technically, can get you out of a lot of things, but sometimes it doesn't help you get out of things. How technically? Like, very much so technically? Or like,
Uh, I mean, does setting a fire elemental loose in the city mean I started the fire?
oh no. How? You? How?
Uh, I was trying to avoid capture?
Okay. So, you were doing something that got you in a capturable state, and to get away, you set off a fire elemental.
Yes? Why is this funny?
Because you're kind of sounding like something Ekmos would do.
Oh, uh, he just gives that like uh smile.
She goes, well, I mean, no one can really get mad at you. You didn't get caught, and technically, you didn't cause the destruction. So as long as they don't find out that you were the cause of the elemental, and you have a scapegoat sort of thing for that, I assume.
I've been saying that the Lion Guard is responsible.
Oh, good. That will what?
What?
The line. Why would the? Okay, that one Dad will want to know about.
Uh, okay.
Well, because we're not exactly for the Lion Guard, and he knows other people that are also not for the Lion Guard. So if you want to stir up that the Lion Guard was behind this, he knows a little way to figuratively light a fire under this rumor.
They points at Marlia, wagging the finger. I see what you did there.
She gives a smile.
Well, I mean, your dad's talking with Hexus right now, so kind of can't.
Yes. Yes.
Do you
So,
mind if I wait here until he's done?
no. Why would I mind? Of course you can. Wait here.
I just didn't know if you were still sleepy.
No, I might have stayed up a little longer than I should have, but I had to. I mean, she finally pulls off the blanket, gets out of bed, walks over to her art, and starts flipping pages, and has actually made like colorful versions of art from the fights.
Oh. Uh, when she gets out of bed, what's she wearing?
It is one of them uh like
Is it like a
spaghetti
nightgown?
strap 90s that like just covers your butt sort of thing.
No. Zay turns a little purple.
And she goes, their costumes were so, some of them were so bright and catchy that it I wanted to do some in not charcoal. And sometimes when inspiration hits, you just can't sleep.
Yeah, I get that. And then Zay's just gonna wait until Lord Varzand is done.
So it's some time passes. Um, Marlia goes and gets dressed and brushes her hair, all that jazz. Actually, like gets ready for the day and whatnot. And eventually, you do um hear him out and about, and are able to have a chat with him. Um, What was Zay wanted to share on this chat?
Pretty much what she told Marlia.
So he's listening to the whole thing, and he's just nodding occasionally. And then at the very end of it, he goes, good work on making it, and a scapegoat that I can work with. Remember to
Figured
check for traps more often.
Zay begrudgingly shakes her head, yes. I figured if the population here doesn't like the Lion Guard, then they wouldn't stay for too long.
It's very true. And very, very easy to work with when there's already a foul taste in people's mouths when it comes to the Lion Guard here.
Okay. Well, Marlia told me to tell you that, so, oh, how was your meeting with, Hexus? If you don't mind me asking.
He gives a smile and goes, oh, it went well. We went over a few things, talked about his, possible movements with, well, depending on what you and your group's doing, I might be sending you off on a little adventure, eventually.
Oh?
We might be wanting to relocate his son to a more prosperous for us location
Oh,
instead of
yeah.
where he currently is.
Quillen, right.
Um, so that's in the works. Something to keep in mind.
Right. Well, I think Sim wanted to do his plan for you tonight. So I must be off.
Oh, good. Best of luck with that. We don't want that going wrong.
So Zay will head
Head off.
back to the house. Yep.
Alrighty. Sim, we still have you? Sim! Did you die again?
Oh no.
No, I just
Yay.
had to get Discord back open.
Okay, okay.
Thank goodness.
Sim just
I
fell
also
asleep in the
realized
kitchen.
that if I want, I just realized that if I want information out of him, that I probably shouldn't use the aggressive laxative and turn him into a crystal.
Oh, I was thinking if he came with someone else to use that on them.
Yeah, definitely, aggressive laxative. But yeah, you guys get things ready.
Zay has to put on yet another fucking this guy. He's been in and out, in and out.
Where do you have the bird hide? Or do you guys find a way to inconspicuously dress Koth?
Oh God, yeah. How would we hide him?
Lamp.
Make
I was gonna say a lampshade
lamp.
over his head. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength. I can hide in a room, can I?
Yeah, you can hide in a different room. You just
There you go.
close the door.
Do we need Victor?
Victor could pose as the chef.
Certain. Yeah, we could get Victor over. He could. I imagine he would enjoy helping.
I mean, he would know the correct amount of uh what not to put in it, and I can serve it for you so that you're not doing the serving.
That would probably work a little bit better.
Lulu, stop trying to eat my map.
Ugh. I guess I'll run and grab Victor real quick. See if he wants to come wrangle a kitty.
Is Victor alive? Has Victor succumbed to puppy cuddles?
If not, we can make it work without him.
We lost.
He is typing.
He's typing.
Cat.
He's succumbed to cat. Oh no! The Solstice clan got to him. He's dead. It is too late.
Cat pig.
I call Zatan.
Okay, so you guys get all set up, and you are met with a knock at the door, and um Lord Solstice, along with two others that you really haven't um seen around much at all yet, um are with him. Both uh definitely still have some familial resemblance.
Yep.
Okay,
Sounds right.
that sounds right. My brain tried to tell me no, that's not a word, but it's also telling me that it's a word all at the same time. So, um, but yes, there's basically one at each shoulder, kind of a little imposingly, but not necessarily too like directly threatening. It's just like, yes, we are big beefy dudes here to be with our uh, leader, basically. And you at the door. Once it's opened, of course, Lord Solstice goes. I hope you do not mind. I Do not go anywhere new without some form of protection by my side.
Well, I can't blame you, a man in an important position like yourself. But do come in. Food is just about ready.
He peeks ahead and looks around and walks in. He's nodding. He goes, "You have made this home in a very short time quite decent enough."
Yes, but I wasn't spending an awfully large amount of time here. But I do like making things feel a little bit more comfortable while I'm while I'm here.
He nods and goes, "You should get decorator. Woman one. Needs woman's touch."
Some gun lets out a bit of a chuckle. Like, well, I can't say that you're wrong there.
He goes, "So, you want to talk business over dinner? I approve of this. What type business you wish to speak? And where should we officially sit?"
I'll kind of. I'm just kind of like start leading them into like the dining room area. Well, I was hoping to discuss some more of what you have going on. Uh, crap, I don't have it open. I don't remember where it was. Uh, well, I was hoping I could maybe learn a little bit more about what you have going on up in La Hellet.
He kind of nods. Goes, yes. Uh, Lehelet. That is a quite a good mine there. It continues to have nice veins throughout it. We are hoping to get such things from the those those mountains supposedly have good veins too, though have not found yet. It is upsetting. Have only found little measly ones.
Well, hopefully you're able to find something soon.
He nods and goes, "It will come. The the mountain needs time to speak. It will let us know its secrets."
Uh, During this conversation, Zay is in the bathroom coating the toilet seat in crystal.
Beautiful. He goes, "So, what of your business though? Your family? How is how is that going? You're not running dry on us anytime soon."
Oh no, I'm. That's nothing that you have to worry about.
I did not think so. Not with the way the family runs things. I have seen reports before. You, it's uh, well guarded, quite very well taken care of. Timed by nature.
Yes, it's been some well kept things for many generations.
He goes, "But you wish to venture out with other minds, other businesses, make deals with them, yes?"
Oh yes, potentially.
It is rare that uh, such of your background actually want anything other than take care of the Obsidian Pass.
Well, my ambitions have guided me elsewhere.
He gives a nod and goes, "This I can approve of. Ambition and the smart to follow through with the correct uh, people will make you go quite far." He goes, "So, what more business you wish talk?" And he kind of sniffs the air. "And what is being cooked tonight? Smells lovely."
Oh well, I'll have to go and ask the chef. I'm not entirely sure. I'll be right back, and Sim will dip off to the kitchen.
There's slight murmurs uh, between the cats, the Leonin. Um,
I think by that time I'd be able to meet Sim in the kitchen.
oh yeah, definitely.
Sim will go over to Zay and say, well,
It is
there's
also
3 of them.
in Sim's head so that the cats can't hear. Uh, the, the toilet is ready for crystallization. If you want to give one of them, or uh, yeah, probably safer to do one of them, the laxative, and then maybe the other two a knockout, and then I can finish off the other one.
Yeah, I think so. We give one of them the laxative, and then Lord Solstice gets the knockout, as well as whichever other one.
Well, I'll be on standby in the dining room.
Alright, and I'll pull out the different bottles. Is Victor cooking? Was that what we had decided?
Yeah, we're saying Victor's cooking.
Okay, he'll
He's
give
doing chefy
the
things.
bottles to Victor. And
Zay
have him
watches
dole out the poisons.
Zay watches very carefully which one is going into which.
So 2 are getting knockout, 1 is getting insta shits.
Yeah.
And the one that's getting insta shits isn't Lord Solstice.
Correct. One of the others, and they're going to go to the crystal, the, the crystal toilet seat,
Yeah. The crystal throne, if you will.
the crystal throne, for the most immaculate of shit. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. So you organize that sim. You go back out there. What do you? As you walk out, their eyes are definitely on you. What do you announce is for dinner?
Oh God, that's a good question. What's a meal?
I mean, it could be something fancy slash simple. So you've got like your chicken parmesan, real easy, but still kind of has that fancy feel. Easy to
Yeah,
dish out to
yeah, we'll
multiple
go with that.
plates.
We've got to. It's a little bit simpler, just because I don't have my kitchen back home available to me, but oh, we've got a bit of a good chicken parmesan tonight.
Zay will start placing the dishes in front of them as Pythus is talking about them.
He goes, ah, that does sound lovely. You do not mind me using my own utensils, do you?
Oh no, of course not.
Good. I bring this set everywhere. You should get the set made yourself if you do not already have one. Any noble, really, should have a set that they keep on them, especially if you are of someone of importance. Even family you should be suspect of. So don't trust anyone. Lessons you should learn. I keep
Oh, John,
this.
do you mind if I take a look at that? That's rather interesting.
He um passes over one of them. He keeps a hold of the fork but passes over the spoon. And he goes, "This set is made to And forgive my suspicions, but again, I am suspect of everyone. Maybe not so much you yourself, but who you hire. Maybe the vetting process is not quite up to par, and they want to pull some shit. And it's not you yourself, but the staff, and so things happen. This is possible everywhere. So, because that is possible everywhere, I have set that can set off. It gives off quite a glow if there is something of a nefarious nature in my food.
Sim looks all shocked. Sir, I understand your suspicions, being a man of power, but you have entrusted me with your shining star. And
Eh,
I feel rather shocked that you wouldn't trust my vetting process of my own staff.
He kind of gives a nod and goes, I do not know quite enough about you yet. I do. You talk a good talk. You say the right things. You seem to have a good head on your shoulder. But all of that has yet to be put into proper action and seen in action. So,
Well, then
with
why don't
that,
you eat a meal with me in
Can
trust? I have no reason to come of any harm to you. I've only recently met you.
I
I
check?
simply wish to discuss with you.
Can I
what was
check to see if the other ones are pulling out their own utensils?
the other two are not.
Okay. Zay is going to go into the kitchen to grab a bottle of wine.
Alright,
and and bring it out to wine, my lord, to
he,
the solstice, Lord Solstice.
he kind of turns his attention over and kind of eyes the bottle and goes, yes, mine would be lovely.
And I'm gonna start pouring it. Uh, oh shit. While I was in the kitchen, I would have grabbed a set of utensils as well. Um, and then I'm gonna start pouring it, and then I'm gonna in Sim's head, I'm just gonna say, uh, "Smack my ass," or punch my shoulder or something. Say that I should have brought it out earlier.
Sim kind of, Sim kind of like, not like hard, kind of like like a theater slap almost. Yeah, Bat just like turns and smacks it. Why haven't you brought this out before you brought out any meals?
As Sim smacks Zay, she's going to fall forward towards Lord Solstice, and she's going to try and swap the fork.
Alright, are you also trying not to spill as you're doing this, or if you spill, you
Yeah.
spill?
Um. I mean, I guess if I spill, I spill, but I'm going to try not to.
Okay. Sleight of hand this shit.
Okay. I believe this is +10, but let me because my internet went out, I actually have to open up my character sheet again. Give me 1 second. It should be +10, so I'm just gonna roll.
You don't have to roll high.
That is a 17 on the die. Plus
Oh yeah.
10.
With modifiers added, because I rolled shit. You only had to beat an 11. He's
Oh, it was a
definitely
+12.
he was definitely distracted by the lurch and you almost spilling on him. His arms kind of going out to try and like not steady you at all, but to steady the bottle and glass itself so it doesn't spill. Like that's
And
probably how
then
you get away with switching them. Is he ends up with the glass in his hands. You switch out the fork.
I am just profusely apologizing. Oh, sorry, Lord Python. So sorry. And then she backs away from the table.
He uh gives a bit of a growl and uh goes, clumsy young new stuff. You get better training, miss. You will not go anywhere if you do pull shit like this.
Yes, my lord. And she's going to back away to the wall.
Sim just kind of like grabs the bottle and like continues pouring.
Have you done anything to make the fork appear like the other one?
No, I don't have that capability.
Ooh,
Can I
what
see
what I've
Koth?
seen that.
It was a pretty high sleight of hand roll. Um,
But didn't you tell him to do it so you could switch them?
yeah, yeah.
So when like the switch happens and he's all like distracted, yelling at Zay, I wanted to see if I can just kind of like prestidigitate the fork into looking like his fork.
All right. Yeah, yeah. I also rolled for the other two, and they were more so like distracted as well by Zay, um, with their rolls. Rolling hot tonight. Um, so you have a prestidigitized fork, um, to look like the other fork, and
And then I'll hand him back a fake spoon as well.
swap
Just kind of
out
like set
the
it down next to the
spoon.
fork.
Beautiful. Um, yeah, that's another low roll. He does not notice a feel difference when he picks it up. He takes a sip of wine and gives a bit of a nod. And he twirls some food on his fork. Before taking a bite, he goes, "So, my daughter, what are your intentions?"
Well, as I've as I've been clear from the beginning, with your permission, I'd hopefully marry her.
This this is a prospect I do approve of. You still have a few things you have to prove, of course. And as he's saying that, and as you were giving your answer, the other two were taking their bites, and he finishes his sentence and takes a bite. I know things need to be rolled. Shit. This is where I roll well. Well, all right. Um, so with the first bite, um, with what was put in the foods, you would have thought, okay, first bite, this is gonna get them right away. But they're like, oh, this is good. Like this is pretty good. On the dies, I happen to get before modifiers an 18, a 17, and a nat 20.
Holy shit.
Uh, so they're fine so far for some miraculous reason. Um, and Lord Solstice continues before taking another bite. Um, he goes, she does seem to like you quite a bit, and um, well, quite frankly, anytime I am home and not busy, she has been nagging ear off about you. So that to me is good sign. And he takes another bite. So the other two, they're just kind of like nodding and listening, sort of thing. Holy fucking hell! I need to take a picture of this. All three dies are 19s.
Holy.
What the hell?
Wow. This dinner is not going as planned.
This is going in the records. 19,
Wow.
19, 19.
You know, it's about time you started rolling high.
You know, I've been really rolling shit for so long. It had to have happened eventually. For happening now is kind of hilarious. Um, well, the dinner continues. You two are clearly, honestly, very baffled. I mean, one of them should have the shits by now and be on the crystal throne. But these cats must have some like really tough guts or something. Um, and he goes, so what would be your thoughts on wedding? Would you want, down the line, again, everything would to go well? Um, would it be something of her choosing? Would you want to do it back home in Obsidian Pass? Um, what would be your thoughts on that?
Oh, well, I'd probably rather let it be of her choosing. But I'd also prefer it to be a bit smaller, more under the radar. not a grand spectacle.
Does not always have to be grand spectacle. You then hear massive stomach gurgling.
Yeah.
And one of them gets this, like, look that goes across their eyes of emergency. And, stands up, putting upon the table's, restroom. Where is the restroom?
Oh,
Sorry to
So just
interrupt.
Follow,
like points.
follow me, sir. I will lead that one to the bathroom. Uh, would you like me to stay or
No, you just go. And they
very
go.
very good?
Get out of here, save yourself.
He goes in, closing the door very quickly, and um,
I'll I'll just stay outside the door momentarily to listen.
there are very unfortunate sounds that begin before a bit of a what the, and then nothing.
I walk away.
You have a
Turn to my post.
crystal sealed shit bomb.
Uh,
Flush before removing crystal. um, the other two, uh, one of them begins yawning, and Solstice takes another bite. Um, before the other one kind of slumps in his seat a little bit, and Solstice kind of looks over and kind of has this yawn, and he goes, "What is wrong with you? Why are you so?" And then boom, face plants in pasta. And that is where we will end it, folks. One crystallized shitter lion and
I don't
two
know if that's a crystal you
sleepy boys.
want to travel through. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a crystal you want to travel through, Zay.
Say goodbye to chat.
Bye, chat.
Until next time, we will see what they will do with the sleepy Leonin of the Solstice clan.
We're gonna
Bye.
weaken at Bernie's this motherfucker. Let's go.
Yeah.